Lori got her pick. Where were you at again, your favorite neighborhood?
Sanctuary Point.
Okay, so then she said, Kalene, go ahead and pick. If you could pick anywhere, where would you be? And I just love Peregrine. And I know we've done a lot of videos on Peregrine, but I wanted to show you the lifestyle, some favorite dining spots next to here, and the lifestyle that you get to live over in Peregrine. So today we're starting out here at Blodgett's Peak, which is at the very end of Peregrine, and Blodgett's Peak is 6.4 miles of trails literally right outside your back door. So you can hike, you can bike, you can snowshoe in the winter, but when you live in Peregrine, this is literally your backyard.
So we're gonna show you some homes, but Kalene's a little out of breath because I made her. I could tell you where, but I made her walk all the way up here.
I was hoping you all didn't hear that.
But we walked all the way up this hill, and then I was like, go walk way over there and come around the corner.
That is Blodgett's Peak.
I know, but it's so pretty.
Literally right outside your door. So,
there's miles and miles of trails back here.
Well,
like
and Peregrine is just different because you have this outdoor lifestyle. All of your shopping and dining experiences, I'm going to take you to literally one of my husband and I's favorite spots. I love going there for breakfast. Actually, I'm going to talk to you guys about food. They have a
People were biking on the way here there.
Omelet. So you could come biking down this Blodgett's Peak, go over for a really nice latte and a chili Rihanna omelet or a healthy salad. They have really good salads too.
Yes, I did.
And then the houses are also amazing, unique, and there is still an HOA, so there is still like a cohesive feel to Peregrine.
Oh my gosh,
I'm getting out of breath again.
I know. I'm excited to show them the houses, District 20 schools, and then over this hill there's like a kind of more of those red rock formations like you see in Garden of the Gods you get throughout all of here. But people come and hike, bike, actually snowshoe. So this is what
Well, and I'll tell you, Blodgett's Peak, if you're here visiting, it is rated difficult on the trail system. We have a relocation guide with a lot of different trails of our favorite trails. Blodgett's Peak is steeper than it looks, and I'm a little out of shape, but it's amazing. Like, if you had this in your backyard, you would utilize this all the time if you want to be that outdoor active. Now, if you see the trail, it's not like concrete trails.
Let's see if I can show you how steep it is.
It's
look
steep,
too bad from the video, but it's a little bit steeper.
and it's definitely more of that outdoor feel than like Wolf Ranch, where I'm living.
Yeah,
is great, but it's like paved walk trails, definitely suburbia. This is Colorado.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of wildlife.
So when I'm done being in suburbia, this is where I'm going, Lori.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll be right back after we catch our breath. So as you saw,
am I winning you guys over?
Maybe you saw our Sanctuary Point video, but our Sanctuary Point video, someone watched it the other day. Our client was in town, and I was like, "Oh, did you watch that?" And they're like, "I actually like Kalene's hair." I'm like, "Yes."
Oh.
And they're like, "And you had those heart goggles on?" Remember?
They did.
And I was like, my eyes were like this, and I was like, "Anyways, so this is to make Kalene. We have to do one for you. Where would you live?" So this is what we're doing
I have crazy
today.
hair again today.
I think
I braided it.
Yeah, it's cute.
I braided
actually like that style. It's better than the crimp look.
Yes.
And I went away from the goggles, and now we have Colorado bucket hats to show you where you would live. So I know you said Peregrine. We're going to get out and show you some homes, and we're going to show you the lifestyle. And our favorite part is at the end. But why did you pick this place out of all the places in Colorado Springs that we go to? Why did you pick this one?
So we recently moved, and the reason why I moved is Lori and I do a lot of real estate. So to me, location, because every day we could be north, south, east, or west. We're going all the way from Monument, Pistol Creek the other day, all the way down to Broadmoor. So I need something that's pretty centrally located, or at least easy access to jump on a major road to go either way.
Yeah.
I feel like this checks the box. I also love that I feel like I'm in Colorado. Like, although I love my neighborhood right now, I literally even sit at my dining room and I can see my neighbors.
Yeah.
This is definitely more that privacy. Like, even that house over there sitting on the corner, the neighbor's house it's not like that back to back.
You have a little more yard, no fences, I would say, but
no fences, but I think I'm okay with that.
the
Like my dogs
landscaping
could
is
wear.
amazing.
Yeah, it's so pretty. And to me, this is going to be pretty year round because you have these giant pine trees and blue spruce trees that even when we lose our leaves, you know, in the fall, it's still going to be pretty. And I just feel like I'm in Colorado. I actually like that there's areas that you can get a hill if you want like more of a workout when you're walking in the neighborhood.
Which Kaylene's going to find out.
Or you can like have more of a traditional flat neighborhood. And to me, it's a pretty good range within budget. Like if I have a client that wants to spend $1 million on a house, I know that they can get their money back out of it because there's areas that have really high-end real estate here in Colorado Springs. Or if you're more, you know, around that mid $700,000 range, I can still find you a home. Although it is going to be a little bit of give and take, no matter what end of that budget you're
not going to walk into a home here and have like, oh, everything's up to date. It's new.
No.
You're going to say, oh, I would like to do these projects
but you'll
in
have
this
character.
Order. And I just think it's quiet, peaceful, classic Colorado living
peaceful.
Here. So let's go take a look. Oh, good schools as well.
Yes.
So we'll talk about that too. But this is why and where Kalene would live.
So they, them.
All right. So you look at all the people out. So there's a biker.
There's walkers.
A dog walker.
Here's another dog walker. And another biker.
Another biker. And look at these views here. So this is why Kalene does love this area. This is Peregrine. We're going to throw in some amazing drone footage of the area to give you more of a feel.
You know what's kind of cool about this area too that I didn't know until I was at, I think it was an inspection for one of our clients, but every day at noon there's these chimes that ring and it's because there's a monastery.
I know, I remember you saying that.
And it's it's like, oh, it's noontime. Like even if I were working from home, I'd be like, oh good, it's noon. Like, I don't know.
Look at all those different like rock formations. One thing I don't think, there's a lot of different parts of, oh, that poor biker is going uphill. Look at him. I biked on my Granby property and I almost died. I'll send you a picture of it. My husband was like, you're disappointed in me, aren't you? And he's like,
oh, look, somebody's walking their dog.
Oh, yeah. He's like, no, I'm just surprised that you couldn't make the bike.
It's a lot of work.
It was crazy. So there are people bike around here all the time. This is huge for biking, but I'm missing all the good views.
I'm sorry.
All right,
I'm
so we're going to show you some houses
and
around here.
Keep showing them this because look, there's not very many of these like little pocket parks.
Pocket park.
But there's this one, and I know of the other one down by the school. But there is a sense of community up here in Peregrine, and that's what I still like. Like there's still cohesiveness. Yes, you have to have a decent budget, but we'll get to that. But these houses are beautiful.
And homes from like, what do you say, early 2000s?
I think even the one we that I was talking about with amazing views, I think that was even late 70s, Lori.
Really?
Yeah. And then there's some of those patio homes over here as well that's a little bit newer, like maybe 2005, but really I would say the majority of houses are that late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
And I will say, even at like the $900,000 price point, you're probably going to have to do a little updating.
Yeah. There's going to be like maybe over that yellow oak or whatever. But look at this is, to me, I just realized this. Sorry, my camera went out. But this is like the Broadmoor Bluffs of the North.
Oh, I like that you called it that.
Thank you.
I think you're right.
I get that feeling like driving through these streets, especially like in certain subdivisions.
You almost feel like you're in California too, like how everything's kind of on a hill.
Yeah,
like nothing's flat.
It's gorgeous, and you'll have a ton of deer, but I don't think you can have fences.
No,
there's no fences,
you
which
can.
Is interesting. I mean, I've seen people do like wrought iron, like for a dog, but like you just don't have fencing. A lot of scrub oak.
Well, and Lori, with that being said, if you want a flat yard, like I guess this one and this one kind of have it, but there's a lot of homes that do not have like a yard space. So if you have children,
you kind of have to create your little spaces in your backyard sometimes.
Yeah, but look at these views.
I know.
To me, this could be a not even gonna call it lower maintenance. It's just more of a natural, like you don't have to
Natural
water a
vegetation.
lot. Like there's a lot of scrub oak. That's what you're looking at right there. There's a lot of pine trees. There's that red rock.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like manicured, but in a natural scape way. And that's what I like the feel of it.
Yeah. This is where Kalene would live. Oh, you took off your bucket hat.
Oh,
Where's
I'm
your
sorry.
Colorado bucket hat?
I'll put it back on.
This is part
Let's
of the
go
video.
for a walk.
All right, let's go for a walk. I made Kalene go down the road because I wanted her to get out of breath. So I'm like, go down that hill and walk up and explain why you like peregrine. So she's going down the hill. We'll see if she gets out of breath. It is pretty here. It is a good choice.
So when I move over here to Peregrine, I'm gonna get in really good shape because there's hills everywhere. So in this section of Peregrine, like there are a couple paved trails. I don't know. So this area, you're right over by Blodgett's Peak, but look at these views, the big landscaping. All of these homes have, like a lot of them are stuccoed, a lot of them even have tiled roofs. But in general, like there's a home that was for sale around here. It's pending at $980,000. I would say homes go anywhere from the mid 700s, probably more 800s, up to like 1.4 million. The house that I had picked out was about $980,000. Again, it's pending, but the annual taxes were $3,300, and there is an HOA, although it's on the lower end. It was $634 annually.
Yeah.
But I will say Peregrine is one of those HOAs that, you know, they kind of prefer that more natural look. Like if you'll look, everything's kind of tans and browns. Like you don't see blue houses or anything that really stands out that way. They will have unique feels to them, though. You'll have anything from river
I was trying
rock.
to see if you could see the planes.
Oh, there they are, the
Yeah, you
gliders.
can probably see them. So we're by the Air Force Academy.
Yeah, so that's what, anything north of Peregrine here is Air Force Academy. So there's not houses for sale, and then there's like this area that's curved out, and then all of a sudden it's Forest Lakes. And so this is as north as you can go in Colorado Springs. Again, the house that I was looking at, it was built in like 97. And so I don't know. I love the feel of it up here. I love that I'd get in really good shape if I lived in Peregrine, because even your evening walks would be
stroll
up
would
and
be-
down
We're
hills.
gonna drive you through one other section. There's a lot of different sections here.
Well, that's what I was going to talk
Okay.
about.
All right.
So this section, and I don't even know what it was called. I think it's like Emerald. I don't know. There was a sign up by the little pocket park that we drove by.
Trailin Ridge.
Was it Trailin
I
Ridge?
think so. I think
But
we're-
then there's like an Emerald Ridge. Like there's little subsections of HOAs, and they do have different feels. And that's what I was surprised, because this one has a little bit of sidewalk, and then there's some right over by where we parked the car as
Yeah.
well, which is unique because not all areas of Peregrine have that. So I would say it's kind of, you have to be willing to maybe have a yard, maybe not, have an HOA, but it's not that much in price. Your taxes for a $980,000 home are only $3,300 annually, which is really good.
And I think if you want a small house and aren't willing to have like maybe that ranch with doubling your square footage on the bottom, and you just want smaller square footage, this would be a little rough sometimes.
I was gonna say that might be kind of hard. I feel like everything that I've seen is like 3,500 square foot plus up to like past 5,000 square feet.
Yeah, so big homes, stately
Yeah.
homes, I would say here.
And newer. You aren't gonna find brand new homes over here either, but that's why you get this
know.
vegetation.
Look, that is just beautiful behind you. And that person, I think, do they have a hot tub down there?
You feel like you're in Colorado.
I know. I do love that. So we found a more flat area of Peregrine for you to take advantage of. You
I'm
gonna run?
getting in the lifestyle.
Oh yeah, you're really good at this. This is the new you.
I was probably knocking on my
Maybe you should invest in some different shoes.
I have to look tall. You're so tall. So I wanted to show you guys a neighborhood over here in Peregrine that's more of like your traditional style living. Like we showed you by Blodgett's Peak. I think the name of the road was Blodgett's Drive. Like it has those expansive views. But then there's areas like this, and it's a little bit more of your traditional neighborhood living. It's called Rockledge. And guess what? You still get, I don't know if you can see behind me, these amazing mountain views right out your door. So like when you're running, walking in your neighborhood, notice that you do have the sidewalks and curb and gutter. That's what you get in these more traditional style neighborhoods. The houses are still on the bigger side.
How much money do we have to have
3,500
to
square
get
foot
into this area?
There was one. There's not any for sale down here in Rockledge right now. But the last one that sold, there was one that was at $715,000 and they went up to about $900,000. So it still kind of depends, but really you need mid 700s, I would say, to live over here in Peregrine, even in one of these traditional living neighborhoods. I will say, as you can see, there's still no yards. So if you have one of these pets,
you mean no fences?
They need invisible fences or something, but it does keep this feeling like this big, open, serene feel.
But look, if you want like not cookie cutter, you want more of an established neighborhood. Like besides that dog, it's a real quiet area.
Well, and I will say again, the reason why people love Peregrine, and this is why I would like to live here, you have super easy access to I-25. You can go north, you can go south, you can hit Woodman and go east. Like it's more of a central neighborhood. You aren't going to spend 20 minutes just driving out of the neighborhood. And you are, if you want District 20 schools for your kids, but on the west side, this is it. This is literally the neighborhood you would need to be in for District 20 schools on the west side. So.
And the trees here are just gorgeous.
Oh my gosh,
Look
it's
at
so
these
pretty.
Mature trees. They have like those two tall evergreens as you go into that driveway. I mean, and then the landscaping.
You
in
would
this
just
home
like that
is
for
beautiful.
Christmas, I think, Lori.
Yes, that would be a beautiful Christmas house.
I will say I love, even though we try to take our summers kind of off with filming, it is so pretty to film this time of year because everything is like green and pretty. You have blossoms like on your spireas and, you know.
Spireas? Is that a spirea?
The yellow bushes over there.
Oh, those are spireas?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you can go for, I would say, a walk, your evening stroll.
Oh, yeah.
Or a bike ride without feeling like you're going to die for a little while.
It is a little bit more flat, which I would probably
That's why you picked Rockledge.
And what? This was like, what, 5 minutes from Blodgett's Peak. You just like literally come down the hill and you have Rockledge right here. So, yes, if you're in the 700,000s, this is more the neighborhood you're going to get in Peregrine. I think I would be just fine with it. Walking out my door and seeing this and having the quiet feel of the west side.
With our friend.
With our
the
friends.
dog. All right, we're going to go show them now.
What are my favorite spot.
So this is our lifestyle segment. On the west side, you don't have a ton of chains. You have a lot of more mom and pop styles, I would say, here. So here's your New Day
this little
Cafe.
shopping center, this is where we're going to sit. They have a little outdoor patio.
And there.
Yep, that's a fun, my sister used to work there for a long time, Mateo's, and it's like a salon spa. But I love New Day Cafe. I can't wait to show you guys this green chili omelet. I told Lori we have to go in and split one. We'll get some work done, right?
That's right. See, I brought some paperwork. All right, so we're at Kalene's favorite place. What do you normally get on here?
Well, I think we should try. So they have anything from lunch, breakfast and lunch. It's more like, I guess, just like your deli cafe, but everything is so good and fresh here. And then on top of that, they have really good coffee drinks. And so I could see myself, if we lived over here, like this would be a good like morning date or just swinging in here and sharing a nice salad for lunch. I just like how relaxed, cozy, but it's still clean, and they have a patio.
I know, I like
which
that.
I like. I mean, you aren't looking out at anything grand or anything, but it feels so good to have the fresh air when we can here in Colorado.
Yep. And so Kalene and I were like, well, we have a listing appointment at noon, so we have about 25 minutes to spare. So we're gonna talk about comps
hopefully we're gonna talk some
order
business.
quick. So
Yes.
we'll bring you back on once we get our delicious food.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm so excited.
Let's see. This is what
So,
Kaylene's been raving
this
about.
is what you have to, like, it's amazing. It's this giant omelet, though. You definitely can share, but look
Let
at
me see
this.
what I'm getting myself into. Oh, there is a chili reno in there. That's
Oh, it's
delicious.
so good. And it's just like your traditional, like, breakfast. Like, to me, it's just, this is homey to me. Like, I would want my kids to work here in the
Get a
summer.
job, kids.
Get a job here. I'll come see you. It reminds me of, like, when I was in high school, I worked at a breakfast place, and I don't know why, but their food is
I did
also
too.
amazing. They have some really good salads. And my husband loves the Reuben here. So if you happen to find yourself on the west side and you're here in Colorado Springs, come check out New Day Cafe.
Well, we did do a good job on our plate. So
Yeah, we are all done and time to go back to work. So if you're thinking of moving to Colorado Springs and you're thinking about Peregrine, I would love to go show you some houses up in Peregrine anytime. So give us a call.